Hello and welcome to our watercolor journey. Let's make some colorful art today. All the materials used are listed in the description below, so gear up and come paint with us. The Canson rough paper is taped to the board with masking tape. The board is flat on the table. Heinrich starts by masking out some random dots and lines to resemble the dandelions in his painting. This is fairly loose, so there's no real structure to it. He uses an Art Secret pastel blending brush and Sennelier masking fluid. You don't need to apply the masking fluid very thickly. A thin coating will suffice. The pastel blending brush works very well for the application and it is easy to clean. If you use a normal brush, be sure to give it a light coating with some soap to make the cleaning easier. Allow the masking fluid to dry naturally. It's not a good idea to use a hairdryer with masking fluid, as it can make it difficult to remove. To test for dryness, touch it lightly with your finger. It should feel cool to the touch, but not tacky. Heinrich wets the entire paper with a Princeton 1-inch mop. On the palette, we have Prussian blue and bright rose. He works wet on wet and uses the silver black velvet number 12 round to add the colors. First up is Prussian blue and then the bright rose. He adds the colors at random and allows them to blend on the paper, thus creating different shades of pink, purple and blue. He paints darker Prussian blue behind each of the distinct flowers. This will act as a contrasting background to the white of the dandelions. He doesn't clean the brush. Using the same brush produces amazing color variations. He splatters a bit of the bright rose on the paper to create some texture. He also drips in some clean water to force a few blooms to enhance the wispy flower effect. Finally, he adds a bit of salt to give it a bit more texture and definition to the background. Let the painting dry naturally. Remember, you still have masking fluid on it, and you also have the salt. Using a hairdryer might spoil the effects of the salt and ruin the masking fluid. Once the painting is dry, you can brush off all the salt and use a rubber cement eraser, some cling wrap or your finger to remove the fluid. Make sure there's no residue from either the salt or the masking fluid left on the paper. This is his famous Babara rigger. He uses the rigger and Prussian blue to paint the stems and shadows of the dandelions, making sure to preserve the white of the paper. He uses Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed-proof white tube consistency to add highlights to the flowers and the stems. He uses the Da Vinci Cosmo top and some Prussian blue to sign the painting. Thank you for watching. Vaya con Dios.